Now at 6, Salem City Council has voted to declare a state of emergency over its drinking water supply, a move some critics say is an overreach by environmental interests. We have more on this and how it relates to the drawdown of the Detroit Lake Reservoir coming up in a live report.
Top national headline we're covering this morning: a gunman opens fire in New York City, killing 4 people and himself in a Manhattan high-rise. We're going to have the latest on this coming up in just a minute.
And starting Friday, parking is getting more expensive in Portland's Central East Side. We'll fill you on the new pay to park hours in that part of town as KGW News at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us live on your 6 o'clock hour.
I'll let people know why we're laughing, because normally we set this shot up with like Chris is in one little box and Rod's in another little box, but just a moment ago, Chris was like right, you couldn't see him, he was right here next to me, and Rod was right there next to China, but then they just scattered.
I'm a sheep.
And they got to
You
their
know why?
spots.
I was just following what Rod did.
Oh, you're blaming
Rod's
Rod,
just
are
moved over
you?
there.
It's your fault, Rod.
Oh, it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you're supposed to be in there.
No, where's he going?
He's going back to
Hold
the
on.
weather center.
I'll let everyone know.
Let's do music. You can do the weather. China will do the news. Rod will be back after his coffee break.
Yeah, that's why he's running to the other.
He's going.
Oh,
Give another
gosh.
5 seconds.
Hey, we're so happy that you joined us
18.
to watch
There he
us.
is.
Welcome to
every day.
Tuesday. It's Tuesday, gang.
Good grief. So it's 6:30, the bottom of every half hour. We start our show together in the main studio. And for some reason in my mind, I was thinking it's 6:30, but it's 6 o'clock, so I'm supposed to be here. And we have the rising sun from the Wells Fargo building. You can see the camera right there. Early morning number, very nice, 61 degrees, clear skies. Up and down the valley, there's Salem. And I'm out of breath. But look at the high, 91 at 5 o'clock. Chris is younger, he hasn't been running, and he's ready to go.
It's been a while since you had to run that fast, huh? All right, let's get you over on the west side. This is a quick look at Highway 26 near the Sylvan Hill.
Great,
Had an
man.
earlier disabled vehicle there. Looks like that is out of the way now, so traffic is zipping along just fine on that side of town. Door number 3 takes us to the Banfield. That looks good as well. Despite our traffic trouble in the studio, we have no traffic trouble on the roads right now. Guys, we're off to a speed limit clip for your early Tuesday morning commute.
All right, thank you, Chris. In Salem, City Council is taking emergency action to ensure the city has enough drinking water.
Yeah, councilors are trying to get ahead of the plan to help salmon migration in the area, which is expected to have a big impact on Salem's primary water source. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz, I'm glad that you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. He's live in the newsroom. So Thomas, can you walk us through what exactly is happening here in Salem?
Yeah, sure thing, guys. So what's going to happen is city councilors have already unanimously approved a declarative decision, an emergency action, that is, as the Army Corps of Engineers is planning a drawdown here of the Detroit Lake Reservoir. Now, councilors are concerned about this drawdown because they say it'll stir up sediment in that reservoir, clog filtration systems at Salem's treatment plant. The National Marine Fisheries Service ordered the drawdown to improve mitigation for endangered salmon. The lake will be lowered further than it has been in 70 years, though some say the idea is an overreach.
There's no legal or scientific reason to do what they're doing.
The installation of the ozone treatment plant.
Now, as plans move forward, the city is focused on mitigating the impact the drawdown could have on its top source of drinking water. Last night's emergency declaration allows the city to quickly fortify its water treatment system and add several wells, all for around $8 million. Salem also has other alternative water sources. Still, it all adds up to just enough water to supply its residents.
Even with the wells, if we can get 1.5 million gallons per well out of it, that margin is still really narrow. And if any one of those things goes, it could really be catastrophic for us.
Now, while Salem is the biggest city impacted, it's not the only one. The mayor of Stayton also sent a letter to the Army Corps of Engineers asking them to reconsider the drawdown.
Thomas, I'll be honest with you, drawdown is basically a new term for me, but now that it's out there, how long is this drawdown going to last?
Yeah, it is kind of a wonky term. It's going to be 30 to 60 days. It's the typical time frame for when this kind of project happens, but there's also a catch here, guys. It's going to be 3 years in the making. It takes 3 years for this drawdown to go into effect because that's how long it takes to really study salmon populations, study their migration patterns as well. So 30 to 60 days each year but it's going to be a 3-year process. Guys?
Thomas, thank you. In the meantime, city officials in Newport are asking residents to conserve water because of drought conditions. They're suggesting people limit watering their lawns and plants, and if you have to water, do it when it's cooler outside, either in the early morning or evening. Other ways you can help include reducing your shower time or waiting until you have full loads before doing the laundry or running the dishwasher.
Governor Kotek signed several housing-related bills into law that allow more middle housing, things like townhomes and duplexes in cities and unincorporated areas around the state. The bills will also allow the state to pre-approve housing plans and provide financial assistance to housing projects in Oregon. The governor also wants to work with local governments to streamline the permit process.
We want more people to own their homes and live in places they can afford. And the bills I've signed today are going to provide more guarantees that we can get there, because we're just going to make it easier to build, and that will lower the price.
So these are hardworking folks who are excited to have a place to plant roots, to not have to move around chasing rents. These are folks who might be a nurse's assistant, for example, or a teacher's aide, or someone who does housekeeping at hotels who can afford home ownership, which is a big deal today.
Governor Kotek says the goal is to create 36,000 new homes a year. Only 14,000 building permits were issued last year, and most of those were for single-family homes.
And now to a fire that we told you about yesterday. Dozens of people are without a home after a fire at a senior care facility in Tigard. Firefighters were called out to the Ave Marie Park Place Assisted Living Facility on Southwest Hemlock Street just after 6:30 yesterday morning. They say that the fire started outside, then spread to the first floor. They worked fast to evacuate the building. Many of the people living there have limited mobility. Investigators say at least one improperly discarded cigarette butt caused that fire.
Yeah, we have several units that have been damaged quite a bit, and so they won't be able to return to some of those. And then we have lots of smoke and water damage to the facility.
The 2 people were hurt during the evacuation. One of them were taken to the hospital. Some people have been cleared to return to their units. Others are getting set up with alternative housing.
The Forest Service is responding to multiple reports of fires from thunderstorms over the Cascade Range. The largest of them is the Piper Fire that's burning about 3 miles northeast of the Soakumquik campground in the Three Sisters Wilderness. The Forest Service reports that it's burned an estimated 20 acres. Visitors are asked to avoid that area.
And fire officials in Central Oregon have confirmed 13 wildfires were sparked due to a recent storm. The largest of the fires was only 2 acres. Additional resources are prepared to respond to the fires today.
Staying in Central Oregon, the Burdoin fire is now 69% contained. All level 3 evacuation orders downgraded to level 2. That means people can start going back to their homes.
Headed over to Rod Hill. Rod, you're tracking some fire coverage on your end as well.
Yeah, red flag warnings up for a high fire danger, specifically linked to expected thunderstorm activity. Lightning can cause new fire starts, and we had that yesterday, and we expect to probably see it again today. So everything colored in the map. This is South Central Oregon up into much of Deschutes County, Crook County, parts of Jefferson County, then eastward towards Burns, and out into Baker City, technically starting at 2 this afternoon. Futurecast shows this is later in the afternoon, or 3 o'clock or so into the evening, and then storms expected to fizzle overnight, but then redevelop again tomorrow. And here's from the National Weather Service, their convective outlook, which is where thunderstorms could potentially pop. Shaded areas, basically most of our state, but not the Gorge and not the Willamette Valley up into southwest Washington. Cameras, another beautiful sunny start to our day, including you folks at the beach. Nook Winds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City, 49 degrees. Some fog pockets being reported near that observation site, but not there in front of the casino resort. Here's Portland looking at the rising sun at this point. From our Wells Fargo camera, 61 degrees is our temperature. Winds are light, just a really beautiful morning out there. Once again, 55 in Camas. Winds out into the gorge will be gentle again today. 56 in Sherwood and Tigard. And other temperatures, mid-50s also in Salem and Kaiser. Weather map for today does feature the scattered storms this afternoon into evening, impacting potentially Central Oregon, including a thunderstorm chance in Sun River, 81 degrees there. Nearing 90 in LeGrand, 95 in Pendleton. Some of the weather models show the Dow's hitting 100 today, so that's going to be getting toasty. And then 90 or slightly better, Portland, Salem, Albany, all the way down to Eugene. So it was mid-80s yesterday, And we could have back-to-back 90-degree days today and tomorrow. Then don't forget, tomorrow overnight into Thursday, there's still at least a chance for scattered showers and storms to hold together over the Cascades and migrate into the valley. So we'll keep an eye on that. The upcoming weekend right now looks dry and back to very comfortable weather, and that is your update.